suppose you get a little behind the scenes look as we sit here and patiently wait for the Second Cup Open to roll. Good morning to you. Glad you're with us on the start of a Monday. It's 8 o'clock. Welcome to Second Cup.
Oof, Monday.
Yeah.
Hit me like a ton of bricks today. But you know what? We're pushing right along. Yeah. We're moving through. A lot we want to talk about today. Weekend was pretty good. We got to hang out Friday night, the whole gang.
Oh, my mic is up.
And now we got him. Monday.
Thank you, Camille. Appreciate you.
Yeah, weekend was good. We all got to hang out on Friday, the whole team, and it was super fun. I did lose my house keys.
Tell us about that. Oh my gosh.
I so wish I knew how that happened to me. I'm very diligent about these kind of things. I keep them in the same pocket or the same part of my purse. I get home after hanging out with friends and
they were gone.
They were gone. No
Do you think
keys.
You got pickpocketed?
There's no way. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
In Buffalo? Who knows?
I'm like driving around all day Saturday trying to find them. I haven't found them yet. I'm close to giving up the fight. And then, yeah, my friend's birthday is tomorrow, so we celebrated over the weekend. And yesterday, I did absolutely nothing.
Good
and
for
I
you.
do not even feel rested enough. But you know what? We'll take what we can get. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Hosted the Nativity Gala on Saturday. That was a good time. And then, gosh, what else? Yesterday was a long day of just trying to like tell myself I was going to relax, but
didn't actually happen.
Thank you. There's just a lot going on, you know. Oh, today's
my dad's birthday. I didn't see him in the comments yet. Maybe he's sleeping in and enjoying his birthday.
And Diana's here though, so we should sing the birthday song when he joins us.
When he joins us. Yeah, they're close together in birthday. My Aunt Diane was on Friday. My dad's birthday is today. Happy birthday to my dad. All the love in the comments. April birthdays are the best.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Should
There's
we sing the birthday song?
Do you want me to sing
Yeah,
it
let's
again?
go. It's the birthday song.
Today is the birthday of somebody who is happy and smiling. My goodness, it's you. Happy birthday, Michael. From all of us to you. Happy birthday, Michael, from Gladys and Reese too. We congratulate you and hope that your day will be gay. Happy birthday, Michael. Enjoy it your own special way.
I love it. Happy birthday.
59 today.
Wow, God bless him. God bless him.
Big Mike, enjoy the day today. I'll call you later.
Joanna Passeri used to say your 9 years are your best years. And
the 9?
Yes, I agree 100%.
Okay, interesting.
29 was awesome. I'm waiting for 39. But at least I've had one that I was really happy with.
Yeah, that you liked.
Anyway, yes, Katie actually was with us on Friday. I had dinner with her on Friday night. Then we all went to this party together. And Logan is getting big. She posted some videos of him over the weekend. So make sure you're following her on Instagram at MorseCat.
Yeah, it was so good to see Katie. That was my first time seeing Katie.
In a while, mine
in
too.
In a long time. So it's so nice to get to hang out with her and get to see her again. And yeah, a lot of people saw her post. And it was like just chronicling his growth and how big he's gotten. He's looking more and more like Paul Jr. every day.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. She showed me this one picture of Logan next to her father-in-law, Ed. And if you think, you know, he looks like Paul, he looks just like her in-law. It's so funny. And he just says, so wait, you only have a best year every 10 years? No, I'm just saying like,
the 9s, though, are your
really good ones. Like you're edging out something old and going into
something new.
I love that. I thought it was a good idea.
Bonnie's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday to you.
Bonnie from the North Branch of Michigan.
Love it.
Awesome. That's great. Okay, so, you know, nowadays with what's going on with the tariffs and frankly, inflation coming out of the pandemic, everything is so expensive.
It's a weird time, especially I told myself at the start of this year, I was like, I'm going to do better with my budget.
Right.
And life said, you're going to try. But it's just kind of hard to plan, I think, for the future.
Absolutely.
And think ahead when we're dealing with everything changing so often. I was just reading the update to you from the CEO of JP Morgan, who was just kind of predicting that recession and saying that, you know, things are changing and there's just a possibility of financial troubles looming.
So what are you doing right now? And I feel like we ask this question every single day, but I assume that so many of you went grocery shopping over the weekend. Did you find that one thing in particular was more expensive than it has been in weeks past? Or was there that one thing on your list this week that you were like, oh, come on, I have to buy it
again?
now? Right.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
laundry detergent. Katie always says the olive oil
Oh my
or,
gosh, so expensive.
you know, whatever, something for the house that you were like, okay, I need to buy this toilet paper. I don't know.
I had the thing for my Swiffer, the thing that goes
Yes.
on the bottom. That was so expensive.
Oh
That
my
was like
gosh.
$20.
No way.
Yeah, it's so much money just for like those little things. And as soon as you think you have everything, something's out and you need the next one.
Cindy says produce. So that's one of those things. Yeah, absolutely. Produce getting more expensive. We heard from an expert this morning that avocados in particular would be more expensive because, you know, they're from Mexico and of course it's being imported. Kelly says cat food more expensive. On her list this week that
Pet
she had to
Supplies
buy.
Plus had some deals over the weekend. Thank God. I had to go get
really?
food for Reese when I was searching for my house keys, and they had a bunch of deals. So I was able to get a couple of things for her. And I feel like if you're on those like coupon lists or things like that, you can try to get a steal there. But I have noticed no matter where you're going, especially for pet stuff, it's more expensive.
Mary says my groceries were over $200, maybe more like $300
for 2 people.
Wow. Anita says mayo is crazy right now. Lori says eggs went down at Aldi from $7 to $4.65 or so. That's great. Okay, Mark, I'm interested. If you go to BJ's today, I mean, obviously they say buying in bulk is
smarter.
Yeah, and less expensive. In reality, is it actually less expensive? I want you to be like I want you to be our price tracker, Mark.
Yeah, let us know how your trip goes, and maybe compare it to the last time when you were there. Are you seeing any differences? Are you getting any good deals that are there? Sarah says it's meat that seems really expensive for her lately, even frozen chicken.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. You know, I wonder if that's a result of the avian flu. Okay, Laura, to your point, the Swiffer mop at $20 at the Dollar General. Kelly says I shopped the sales. Barb says eggs at Tops almost $8. Wegmans $4.68. Oh wow, raspberries.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's the other thing too. Like if you want to eat healthy, it's already expensive.
Oh my gosh, like that's the toughest part, I think. And you know, a lot of times you're buying ingredients rather than those home meals or like that fast food. So it just kind of adds up very quickly. And I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying so hard, but I do think that that's kind of where people can get discouraged because not only is it difficult to eat healthy already, but then it's more expensive. And with produce possibly going up, that probably impacts that even more.
Kelly says she saved $50 at Tops yesterday.
There
How
you
did
go,
you do
girl.
that, Kelly? Where you were shopping the sales? What did you actually buy that was, helpful or allowed you to save that kind of cash?
Sarah says she had to be strategic and go to Niagara Produce. Eggs are $3.99 a dozen with no limit, and the homegrown produce and meats way better than the prices at Tops and Wegmans.
Okay, great. Last week, Maureen says a dozen large eggs were $4.99. Denise actually buys in bulk. She has the app and she clips coupons. That'll do it.
I need to do that. I just get so lazy and I just go to the store when I need to go. I need to look at those weekly ads. I need to plan ahead. But I find that I get so overwhelmed when I'm trying to do coupons and all that stuff. I'm like, I need what I need.
Crystal says frozen fruit and vegetables have gone up, but still a bit less than fresh. So what do you do? Do you use those for like a smoothie or something? Or do you make like homemade ice cream? Because we have this machine called the Yo Nanas, and you basically put frozen fruit in this machine and it like squeezes out ice cream.
Smoothie?
Almost.
Gotcha. It sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's good, but like if you're really craving ice cream, it's not going to do the trick.
Oh, get the Ben and Jerry's.
Exactly. Elizabeth says, pay attention to circulars. I download all the apps for stores and goes to the sales for each store. Okay, so you're going store to store to store then to try and find the best deal.
So if they've got a deal on produce at Wegmans, you're going to Wegmans. If they've got a deal on, a 6-pack of something at Tops, you're going to Tops. That's so much time though, isn't it?
It's so time consuming.
Oh boy.
And a lot of like strategic planning too. Right. And if you're just trying to run in and get out.
And that's what I'm always doing. And I usually go to 2 stores anyway. So yesterday I went to Aldi and I went to Dash's. I got everything I could from Aldi. Usually you can find stuff for cheap there. The eggs, someone already mentioned it. They were under $5, which was great. And then everything else I couldn't get, some like more fresh produce I got from Dash's.
Okay.
And spent like $30 there getting the rest of my stuff.
Like, isn't that crazy that you have to spend that kind of money to eat healthy? It's so expensive, so tough.
It's a lot.
Diane says, don't shop regularly, only what we are out of. Okay. Also, meat in bulk, break it down for the 2 of us. That's smart. We went to Wegmans this weekend and spent probably like $130 just buying stuff that we needed for the week for the 2 of us. And I guess if you break it down, like we also bought protein bars that are expensive. We bought pods for the dishwasher. And could we have done something less expensive? Probably.
Yeah.
But I also think that you get what you pay for.
And I think if you were just trying to get it done in one go, I think that's another big thing. Would you rather shop around and, save on maybe the dish pods and go to get those at the dollar store, or save your time and just get it all done at Wegmans, go to the self-checkout or have one of the workers do it and just say, okay, I'm home and I have all my stuff.
It was the economy of time. And that's the way I look at it. Time is money sometimes. Maureen says eggs stay fresh for 5 weeks in the fridge. Stock up when on sale. She's also incorporated egg whites. That's interesting.
That's what I do. I make those egg bites that I eat every morning, and instead of using like 8 eggs to use for all of them, I kind of supplement it with some liquid egg whites and put those here and there, and they do go a long way. This
is a great question from Lori, and I think it's a really important topic to talk about too. Feed More Western New York, we hear from Catherine Schick all the time. And one thing in particular that she was really concerned about is that truckload of food that was canceled.
It was 12 truckloads, wasn't it?
Yeah, many truckloads because of cuts from the federal government. And this was on fresh food like turkeys, chicken, eggs, all of those things that would ordinarily require some sort of care are now cut.
Well, and we talk so much about the need that's increased over the past couple of years. And, in the holiday season, we do Rock Out Hunger for Thanksgiving with Feed More Western New York. And we're talking to Kat Schick all the time, and she's always telling us that the need is growing. But what she's been saying a lot lately is just there's a lot of concern.
Right.
Will we have enough to provide for people so that they can get their meals every single day? And it sounds like they've got to do a lot of work behind the scenes already, but they've got to do planning to find out a way to feed all of our neighbors.
And now there are so many more people who actually need that kind of food assistance. They need the food bank. They need the help of these resources like Feed More Western New York to get through their week. And now they're relying on the public, so many of you, to say, okay, yeah, I've got this extra. I've got this surplus of whatever it is in my house. I can donate this, or I've got this extra $5 or $6 to donate. Now I can give it to the food bank.
Well, Megan's asking, where can we donate to help out with that?
Yeah.
And we do a lot of stories with Feed More Western New York, but probably the best thing is just to go to their website.
Yep.
They have a ton of ways that you can not only just drop off, physical donations of food, cans, those items that they need, but they do like peanut butter drives all the time. And then money, of course, always goes a long way. So maybe Jordan can put in the comments there links to resources for
Feed More. Yeah. And where is that? They're on Holt Street in the city of Buffalo. It's kind of off the beaten path.
But you would never pass it.
Right. Their website is definitely the best place to go. I think it's feedmorewny.org, or let me just feedmorewny. It's .org. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We can put that in the comments for you too. Anita says food insecurity is really awful. It is, especially when you think about, we're trying to eat 3 meals a day. You're trying to be healthy. And a lot of people have to almost cut out meals or figure out ways that we can, make ends meet and try to do that. Bonnie says, what about gas?
Oh my gosh.
Trying to find the cheapest $2.99 in our town.
Well, it's so interesting because we do a lot of that work for you, especially on Mondays, Bonnie. And I know you're in the North Branch of Michigan. Here in Western New York, there are so many people who are looking for the cheapest gas, right? Mm-hmm. So we found one area in particular that had really good prices this morning.
We found under $3 pretty much everywhere. We like to check, Niagara area, South Towns. I believe it was Orchard Park that had it for like $2.80 or something like that. Sometimes you can find one. There's Delaware Avenue, one of the Sunocos there has it for $2.99, which is also a good deal.
Ann says gas is up to $3.45 in Olean. Wow. Sarah says, Feed More sets up the local food pantries as well. So on a bigger level, this affects communities in need in a big way. Absolutely.
Right.
Lancaster, as an example, has almost 100 families. They help on a weekly basis through Trinity Church's pantry. Right. So they're kind of like the distributor. They have everything in their big warehouse. And don't forget, they're building a massive warehouse right now.
Which also takes funding.
Right. So any help they can get goes such a long way. And, it helps so many people in need. Lori, though, says, I eat once a day. I'm finally at my BMI range.
I'll never be at my BMI range, girl.
And then, here's the other thing. Consider like Christmas, Hanukkah, they're coming. We're a little more than probably 8 months away at this point, right? But nonetheless, you gotta, I think, start thinking about it now.
Yeah.
Because if everything's more expensive and we know toys are imported, we know so much electronics in particular coming from overseas, How do you start saving for that?
I feel like it's just a matter of planning ahead for everything now. If you've got events coming up, if you're planning the 4th of July, you got to start planning that right now. If you're thinking about doing a Labor Day party or Memorial Day something, plan that now. How many people are coming over? Where are you going to go? It's just getting everything done early. And that means, I think, thinking about Christmas and Hanukkah in April.
Well, and so here's a great way to kind of start putting those gears in motion. There's this new store in the town of Tonawanda, right, called Daily Deals. And it's basically like an overstock / return store. You know, you get something from Amazon, you don't like it, you take it back to Kohl's, and it goes on a big pallet. What do they do with this? They bring it to a store like this.
So this is on Eggert Road. It's in like that shopping center plaza. There's like the Taekwondo place right next door. You saw all those people lined up and all these people kind of digging through all these boxes. So, right, the things you returned or the things that never made it to sender, they sometimes just end up in a warehouse.
Right.
So what they do is bring them all together. And then on Friday is when they put out all the new stuff. And everything in there is $12. You could find a laptop. You can find an Apple Watch. You can find a Roomba. And no matter what it is you find in one of these boxes, you're paying $12 for it.
So it's on Eggert Road. And what I thought was cool is that like after Saturday, the prices go down. So, you know, you'll find the best stuff on Friday,
right? That Apple Watch is probably a Friday find.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe by Monday, Tuesday, you're finding some really old school stuff or maybe things you don't need as much, but they're going to be cheaper as the week goes along.
Grace was actually there. And Grace, tell us again what you found, because we were talking about this at 5:15 when you were with us. Remind everyone, she found these 3 watches.
Oh yeah, she said they were what, $200?
Yeah, she actually sent me the picture, and you know, I'm like, I don't believe anything I see. So, you know, Grace sends me the pictures of the watches. Here it is, and these are like nice watches, San Martin.
Okay.
Right. So here's the watch, like one watch here. Maybe what we could do, take my camera here, pull me up here, Jordan. Okay, so this is the watch, one of the watches. And then here, I'll scroll over the other way, mirror image here. Here's another watch and a third. So this is what Grace says that she bought while she was at that store. And so like I said, I don't believe anything that I see. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go Google what Grace actually found. I'm like, she's paying $10 for this. What did she actually buy? These watches are legitimately over $200.
Really? You found like the original site?
Yeah.
That's wild. And she got many of them. She said she's going back today, only $5 today.
Okay.
So they open at 10 o'clock. Every day of the week they're open. You can see the line. You know it's going to be really busy. So you're probably going to be elbow to elbow, like, you know, fighting people for the Roomba.
Right.
But it's got to be worth it. You know, you're like, I need something. I'm looking for some new tech, or even just that kind of like retail therapy, right? You want to shop through.
Get a little scavenger hunt going.
Yeah, you just might find something you like.
Okay, so Anita says, make sure what you're buying is really in the box and that they are not just reusing the box and it's actually something else. So that's what I was kind of thinking with these watches. So I'm like, okay, like, this can't be real. So, you know, I was kind of like, okay, but it turned out to be okay.
You also don't really know what you're getting into. So, you know, you get this box and I'd probably open it there and just see what you can get.
Kimberly says, I've been there and they have some things still in boxes. You can't open them. So you have no idea what there is, but things out of the boxes are sometimes good. Well, he said that you can open the box like in the store.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
He had a knife and he was ready to, you're welcome. I was really interested. Oh, and then Mark says there's also one on Niagara Falls Boulevard near North French.
You see these popping up a lot more nowadays, like bin stores is what they're called. But, you know, I feel like if you're a shopper and you're used to go into maybe the estate sales, or you're just kind of always looking for something, and you're used to spending a good amount. I mean, $12, that's so
great.
That's such a good deal.
And that's the most that you'll pay, which is insane. And, you know, sometimes they say it's too good to be true. And I don't know, maybe this is just not that great. I don't know.
Grace says it's really real. She says it's the real deal. Danielle's asking where these boxes come from. So it's like overstock items and returned items. So let's say, Danielle, you ordered something, but it wasn't the right thing and you sent it back. A lot of times those returns end up in like warehouses and things like that. So they can go to those warehouses, get a bunch of these items, buy the whole pallet, and just kind of bring them all together. So yeah, a bunch of those different returned things and things that maybe just didn't make it to their destination and have nowhere else to go. And Amazon's probably not going to take them back.
Sounds good to me.
So you can have them for $12.
You found the address. It's on Eggert Road.
Yeah, I think it's 2903. I'm pretty sure.
Let's Google map this. because I want to know. Okay, so this is, oh, I know exactly where this is. Okay.
2309.
2309.
And their whole thing is every day is Black Friday.
Okay, so this is right near Sheridan, right near the Brighton Eggert Animal Clinic. It's across the street.
It says it's by the DMV.
In the Savers shopping center.
Yeah, where the Savers is. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right by the DMV. Yeah, so convenient. Right by that LA Fitness on the corner. Yeah, everyone knows where that is. It's basically Niagara Falls Boulevard in Sheridan.
Yeah, Sherry went to the one in Niagara Falls Boulevard and got a hairdryer and a back brace, $10 each.
Oh, wow, that's great.
That's awesome.
Yes, right by Savers. Shonda says, I like Poshmark. They verify items for authenticity.
Kathy, it's called Daily Deals, and it's in the town of Tonawanda, Eggert, and Sheridan.
You know, and I also saw something here where I think it was Mark. No, it wasn't Mark. It was somebody else. Mick. Stop fear-mongering. So, see, here's the thing. If you've been with us, Mick, in the last couple of weeks, and we hope that you'll join us in the future, here on Second Cup, what we've said, and I think this is true. I mean, I don't think that this is anything other. It's not opinion. It is fact. Right now, people are struggling. There is a domino effect to what's happening on a federal level. But in the long term, this could have major financial benefits for all of us. Right. But we have to get through this tough time. And I think it's the tough time that people are really digging into right now, and they've got that front and center.
Because it's the reality of the right now. And it's the economic analysts. And these are these are things that people are saying, trusted sources. We're not just making things up and pulling things out and saying, oh, things are going to be more expensive because of this and that and the third. Who knows what's going to happen in the long run? Of course, we all want to see things get better and things be more affordable. And there's this America First mentality that the president is trying to get us to. And you know what? He says that comes with some growing pains. And that's the reality of what we're talking about. But we can't not talk about the growing pains.
You know, on the flip side, we heard from a woman, and this I think is fear-mongering, a woman who over the weekend at one of these protests in downtown Buffalo said that we're turning into Russia. And when you really look at that objectively, she's wrong. Because if this was Russia, she wouldn't have the luxury of saying something like that.
And I think we say a lot of things sometimes, and it comes from a place of fear, possibly.
Sure.
And we don't know what will happen, right? And we're not saying we know what will happen, but we're having conversations about what's going on in our day-to-day and how it's going to impact all of us.
Right.
We both went to the grocery store yesterday. We're probably all going to go to the grocery store at some point this week. It would be silly if we didn't talk about how those prices at the grocery store might go up,
exactly. You know? And it's people who are not seeing an increase in their paychecks, who are struggling. And you're right. I mean, there is a concern about all of this, Mick. But at the end of the day, it's important for us to have some place to kind of come as a collective and share our voice.
Hash it out.
Right.
And share your voice, share your experience. Maybe you're not seeing these things. Maybe you're doing well and you're benefiting and you're seeing all of this. Then share your voice, share your opinion. But no part of what we're trying to do here is to spread fear at all.
Anita says we all have different opinions and get to voice them. And that's the whole point of Second Cup. Voices on all sides. We love having them. We love sharing them. And we're not going to shy away from a comment either just because, somebody has a different opinion.
And it's fair if you're like, you know what, I'm horrified and I don't think things will get better. And it's fair if you're like, I'm holding on, I think things will get better. Right. That's how we talk about it.
Kimberly says some of us have one income household and the unknown is scary. Yeah. And then Anita says sharing is caring. Exactly. Crystal, my stepdaughter has celiac. Groceries are a major concern. And it's going to get better, Grace says. Right. Bonnie says, I agree with you, Ed. It's going to be worse now. Hold on, everyone, because it'll end up being so much better. Tara says, you had me, then you lost me. Okay, can't please everyone. That I know for sure.
It's that time to talk to that family member that's good with money, I feel.
Yeah.
That person that you know that always somehow has it together. I feel like you just ask them what they're doing.
Hold on. I want to bring up Tara's comments. Are y'all afraid to speak the truth? Keep downplaying others' very real situations. What?
What exactly? What real situations are you talking about that we're downplaying?
I don't know. Tara, help me help you here. Please.
Linda saying we're a special group that can express our concerns. Where will we be without the second cuppies? I don't know. This is my favorite time of the day, right? And then we have these discussions where we can ask questions like Kelly's asking, what do we do in the meantime, right? There are so many people that are planning for the future. Maybe it's a house, maybe it's a car, or if it's just the groceries for the week. How do you plan for these things?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, look, if you've got extra money, God bless you. But so many people just don't these days. And I think that's kind of what we're hearing. And it's, becoming a little bit more difficult. Yeah, Shonda, my girl, right? Hello.
Try to get a smile where we can.
I know. One thing that made me smile this morning was the idea that the holidays are coming. Easter is coming. Passover is coming, and it's nice to be with family.
Mm-hmm.
Will that meal be a little bit more expensive? Probably. But I mean,
something
at least you get to be with family.
To.
Yeah.
I think not only that, but just I feel so refreshed and renewed, even though the weather is anything but with springtime, right? Like we get to April and May. Oh, speaking of the weather, is Aaron coming up?
Yeah, he'll be on in just a couple of minutes. We have to, because we're in the studio here, we have to check in with Aaron. So for our engineering friends in the back, maybe what we can do is put Aaron's mic into the stream, if that's possible. So that we can actually hear Aaron on the stream here. That would be super helpful for you guys, Joe or Evan or somebody in the back. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Cool. He's talking about how there's snow on the way today, which is so annoying. But summer's on the horizon. I feel you got to be thinking about the boat already, about boating season.
Yes, we're already planning. Mark wants to know, are we going back to the other room? Yes, but Johnny with the body is not here today, and he's really the only one who knows how to operate the room upstairs. There's a whole setup. So Jordan is here working it in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. But she's our producer. How much time you got, Aaron?
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. Checking out the 33 right now, outbound by Suffolk. There's some construction in the left lane, so heads up in that area. Otherwise, the accident we had earlier on the 33 has been cleared, and things are moving smoothly on the main roads right now. 34 degrees, winds out of the south at 5 miles per hour with partly sunny skies here in downtown Buffalo. Winds are light now, but check it out. Tonight and into your Tuesday, winds will be gusting 30 and at times near 40 miles per hour across the area tomorrow. Your hourly forecast for today: mid-30s this morning, partly sunny, low 40s by noontime, mid-40s this afternoon. Some rain arrives around 6 p.m. and then by 7, that rain will mix with and change over to snow. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast, and we have the sunshine through mid-afternoon. There's that front coming through with some snow at 7 p.m. And then overnight, we'll have scattered snow showers and expect some snow across the area on Tuesday, tapering off after around 5 p.m. Clear, partly cloudy and chilly Tuesday night. Wednesday, partly sunny. We're in the upper 30s. Notice the next system kind of lurking in the distance. That arrives as we get into Thursday with some rain, possibly mixing with some flakes. We are going to have measurable snow across the area tonight through tomorrow. Could see about 1 to 3 inches of accumulation, with some of that snow sticking, especially over the higher hilltops south and east of Buffalo. Not only do we have to talk about snow, but we will have a cold breeze across the area. Look at wind chills tomorrow around noontime. It'll feel like it's 9 in Jamestown. It'll feel like it's 14 in Buffalo. Your forecast for today: partly sunny with some late day rain and snow. Your high 47 degrees. Tonight, well, some snow showers around, an inch or so of accumulation with that cold breeze. Overnight lows in the low 20s. Tomorrow, temperatures in the low 30s, breezy with snow showers, partly cloudy Wednesday, upper 30s, mid 40s for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Highs near 50 degrees on Sunday.
Okay, so Tara basically says that we are bowing down to Donnie, President Trump.
That we're tiptoeing?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's true. I think that, objectively speaking, it is what it is.
And Tara, you can think what you think, or, whether you enjoy us talking about it or not, we'll be here.
Thanks for weighing in. We love sharing your voice. The only ring I'm kissing is this one.
Period. And he's moving it all around.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't stop playing with it. It's like there and it like twists.
I feel like I started messing with my ring because I watched you do it. Like, oh my gosh.
Exactly. We need all voices. Everyone is welcome here. And it's really important that we share each voice and look at things in a way that, says, okay, you know what? I agree with this person. Maybe their perspective is different than mine, but we're able to have that conversation civilly.
Let's have a good day. Let's have a good week. Let's enjoy it together. And we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Bye.